Morning, everybody. It is probably one of our last big pushes, maybe, before the guns go off here in southeast Iowa, and there is certainly some running activity going on. There is a subtle change, as I mentioned the other day, that we're going through and will continue to go through, where bucks are still chasing does, obviously, and they are not on the program of food quite yet, but they're really, really close. So I know most of you probably have been, if you've been listening to me. Well, maybe if you've been listening to me, you've been tagged out. I hope that's the goal, anyways. And if you haven't, that's cool too. But what you need to be doing right now is get close to the food, but not necessarily over the food. And as the next few days progress, you're going to want to get, obviously, right over top of the food. Once guns start going off, as many of you know, in a lot of seasons, things shut down, or seemingly. And then it takes a little bit for things to kick back up again to the late season. So our rut stuff is not over by any means, but you will not see quite the numbers of deer being as active throughout the day as you have been in the past. However, middays have been very, very productive. So I'm actually moving to a stand right now, and we've got some rain coming in. So that's why I say this is a pretty good window coming up today. So if you can, hopefully you've been to church and done whatever you need to do around the house and get some sleep like I did, because geez, I needed it. And now we're gonna rock and roll. So try to get, if you can, in those areas where you have bedding a decent distance from food, and then try to get back off the food at least 50 to 75 yards, somewhere in that range kind of thing, depending on where you're at. That's a really, really broad and general description where you need to be right now, but it's pretty much going to be fairly accurate. If you have today during the day, you might want to move twice actually, but I would suggest maybe going in around noon, which about the time I'll be in the tree, I hope, and go to those transition areas headed out there. So these are kind of like old scrape lines that you may have seen, not scrape lines, sorry, scrape areas, I should say, that have some heavy cover that lead up to a little open area and then out into the corner. Those open areas are probably where you'll get opportunities tonight. Not that you won't shoot one out in the corner, beans. Get off those food plots. If you haven't heard me say that yet, those are really awesome early. After that, they kind of slow down a little bit, and you need to use them in a much different fashion. So anyhow, good luck to all you out there. We've got another week here in southeast Iowa. Probably a lot of you will work during your days and get some evenings off, hopefully, here and there to hunt. And watch the weather, because the weather, as always, is a big factor, but it's more of a factor coming into the late season. And then once we get through the shotgun season, which I honestly don't know a whole lot about shotgun, other than I want to go somewhere else when it's shotgun season. Somewhere else, anywhere else. Nothing against guns, it's just not my gig. So good luck to all you out there, and hope you have a great hunt this afternoon and this evening. With the rain coming here in southeast Iowa, at least, you should see some pretty serious activity. That moisture is going to get in the air just like a bird dog. Your best hunts are when you've got some moisture out there and after rain, and it's the same thing with whitetails. They can smell really, really well, just like most other animals, and they'll be on their feet big time. So good luck to everyone, and shoot straight, stay safe, see ya.